Let's see. Is the music too loud? It's probably too loud. A little bit lower. Okay, there we go. Let's see. We're gonna be playing Beacon Pines. We're gonna finish Beacon Pines, actually. I hope. I think. Let's actually see how long they're expected to play this. In... oh my god, my windows. I don't see... oh, here's Xbox. Okay. Beacon Pines. I think it's at 6 hours. Yeah, 6 hours all styles. So that should be fine. I think we played it for quite a bit already. I think we played it for 4 hours, but I'm not sure. So I'm pretty sure you can finish this in one sitting. Oh yeah. We get some Yakuza music. The Queen of Passion. This is one of the disco songs. Boom, boom, boom. Okay. Either way, we don't care about that. We'll just go to the game itself. There we go. Might be a bit loud. Where's my music?
A shockwave of cold tore through the room.
Oh, right.
A bitter, unfathomable chill.
I think it might be fine, honestly. Let's put it a little bit softer. There we go. Okay. There we go.
Before they could react, it encased them in ice.
Yeah, this was
Boys,
a big ending.
united by friendship, only to be cruelly separated by a malevolence beyond reason. And so, our story ends on this melancholy scene.
They aren't in ice yet.
Turned statuary. In a town brought
Like, they're
down
just chilling
with secrets,
on my screen.
sits a pair of friends, alone, together, for the rest of time.
No, not for me.
The end.
They're fine.
No,
Oh,
that can't be the
okay.
ending.
Fine.
There we are just.
We had this, we'll just... Weather. That the... no, wait, which one did we do now? I think we did Windows 2... no, this is where we died. Is it this one? It is this one, yeah, it is. This was the Rumble one. Where we didn't get to see Luca in time? No, where we didn't get to see Rolo in time, and then we died. Okay. So we have a beginner guide to hostile interrogation. With the word hard, or I think we had another one somewhere. Yeah, or MCDC, flight. And I think I'm down for this one. Because we get to go to our bully boy. I want to say Flynn, but it's not Flynn. We'll see what his name is. Because mine raised, he was Iggy, yeah. Bully boy Iggy. Iggy wiped his cheeks with his sleeve. What are you gonna do, Luca? Luca drew himself up and decided to take the only option they left. Fight or flight. Okay, I see. I like that.
Luca drew himself up and decided to take the only option they had left. Flight.
Okay. So where are we gonna... where would we go from here?
He squinted down the barrel of the mission control defense cannon, aiming it through an opening in the dense tree branches.
Okay.
He looked up with surprise as it struck true and taut.
Wow, I can't believe that worked. Hey, Mr. Kerr. We love to hear your thoughts. But I'm afraid we have places to be. Come on, Iggy. Oh, I forgot what we did to him. Oh no. See ya, jerks. Nice. Fine, we know where that leads them. This way. We'll take the tunnels. They know where that leads us.
sprinted through the thicket. The branches clawed at them, reluctant to give passage. After what felt like a marathon, Luca stopped in his tracks as they reached the clearing. What the? That was all he was able to say before Iggy slammed into his back. The boys tumbled down a steep decline and crashed with a wheezing thud on a surface as hard as ice. In fact, it was ice.
The boom? No, that doesn't make sense.
Chapter 5.
I'm curious. Very
Signs.
curious it is.
They
Signs.
stood silently, catching their breath.
Maybe the mid... No, because the explosion would have reached the treehouse.
The sky was like sapphire. With each breath, a plume of steam escaped from Luca's lungs. Let's keep moving. Luca pulled Iggy to his feet as they gazed across a snowy terrain.
Very snowy. That was actually pretty badass. Uh-huh. I think we lost them. Are we up in the mountains? I don't think so. If anything, we went downhill. Now what's up with the Winter Wonderland? All I know? There's no going back the way we came. Let's see if we can get our bearings. Follow me. Find a way home. Well... Okay, I guess. I feel like going up would be smart. Oh. Oh. The entire city is snow. How? We weren't gone that long, right? What's the readout? Sitting just above 258 Kelvin. That's down a bit from last time. Should we report this to Mr. Kerr? Meh. Still within safe ranges. It may be spreading, but it's under control for now. Even a small notch in the equilibrium could cause a cascade. Dude, relax. Just a few more sites to hit before we can punch out. Let's get this over with. Huh. What's all this? Hard to say with all this snow. I think it's a town sign. I can almost make out the letters under there. What town could this even be? There couldn't be another town this deep into the Weepwood. I'm looking at evidence to the contrary. Let's figure out what we're dealing with here. Step 1, snow's gotta go. I'll see what I can do. Oh. Yeah. Welcome to Beacon Pines.
Stared in disbelief at the sign that now clearly read, "Welcome to Beacon Pines."
This doesn't make any sense. We're in Beacon Pines? How is that possible? We ran away from town. How did we get back? I guess we got turned around. Where did all this snow come from? Well, it's been colder than normal lately. There's a pretty big difference between sweater weather and this Arctic hellscape. The bottle we fought at before. It was cool too. Maybe all of it leads to one source. You think it's related? What the heck is going on? We're gonna get you some answers. Let's keep moving. I wanna go up. Let's get another one of these. Luca, are you there?
Almost forgotten the walkie-talkie
Right.
he was carrying.
It's that bozo Kerr. I hope nothing bad has happened to you out in those
Luca
woods.
looked at Iggy with hesitation.
Uh-huh. No need to be
With a
rude.
resigned sigh, Luca responded.
It seems like the only dangerous thing in the woods is you. He speaks, the young man of the hour. Now, how in tarnation did you end up with one of our radios? Just lucky, I guess. Boy howdy, you Van Horns are full of surprises, aren't you? Still, again, is this about the mother, grandmother, or about the father? You knew my parents? I never had the honor of meeting your father, but your mom sure was a handful.
Luca winced.
Okay.
shoving the walkie-talkie back into his pocket.
We gotta keep moving.
A disc of smooth metal was lightly covered in snow. Two faint seams were visible along the surface.
A manhole cover. If it is, I've never seen one like it. I like how they have the sounds of the footsteps. That's really good. Really well done. Let's go up here. I think this leads to the... Huh. It does not lead to the tree. Does it lead to... No. The tree should be up here, I think. This is where the flower field should be. Don't think we can go here. No. Treehouse is gone.
The fencing glistened. Each chain link encapsulated with a translucent layer of ice.
I feel like we're in the future, maybe? And this is after the snow boom? It looks like this, the stuff they put up around Weepwood. The stuff Woo put up. I don't know. Their footsteps are kinda loud. This stuff looks familiar to you? It looks like the barrel near the puddle I shoved me into. Yeah. Well, your own fault, buddy. Oh. It's all frozen.
Looking down at the frozen stream, Luca could faintly see a school of minnows encased in the ice.
Okay. Yeah, no. This has to be because of the boom. It couldn't have been slowly, right? Like, fishes don't get trapped because of slow freezing ice. Whatever happened here, it happened fast. The fish didn't even have time to run, exactly. Or, you know, swim run.
The crunching of footsteps trailing Luca went hush. He looked back to see Iggy's face twisted with confusion.
Everyone is gone. What? There's nothing here but more snow. There must be an explanation for all of this. We have to keep looking. You can look all you want. I quit. Iggy, we have to keep going. You don't get it, do you? This isn't one of your pathetic Hank Atomic stories. We aren't going to save the day. We aren't even gonna save ourselves. My face is mangled. The town is destroyed. And everyone we've ever known is gone. We don't know that. You can't just quit. Do whatever you want. I'm done. Iggy, it's gonna be okay.
Luca peered upward at the darkening sky. He let out a long, foggy breath. Faintly, Iggy began to cry. Seeing Iggy in such a pathetic state gave Luca a sense of compassion and more than a little guilt.
Yeah.
Mom.
I mean, it's not our fault that this is happening to Iggy, kinda. Like, whatever this is, it's just very weird. But a puddle is kind of our fault. It is getting pretty late, I think. Probably not a great idea to stumble around in the dark.
Luca allowed himself to collapse next to Iggy.
Hello, Koen. Let's just rest for a
The
bit.
boys huddled together for warmth and comfort. If not for exhaustion, their minds would be racing, trying to make sense of the events of the day. As it was, all they had energy for was to sit in silence, numb.
Luca is with best bully boy Iggy, who's now a mutant. The way the snow covered everything over. It's kinda calming. So we escaped the treehouse, and then we found this place like fully covered in snow, and we discovered it was pecan pines. And now everything is covered in ice, so I'm guessing they somehow went to the future. And this is after the big boom. Because they were on top of the treehouse, right? With all of the question people downstairs. And now they're here, after they escaped. It's kinda calming. Yeah. I haven't had time to say it, but thanks. Huh? For getting us away from those creeps. It sorta froze up back there. Iggy, I should be the one apologizing. This all happened because of my temper. Nah, that's bullhockey. First of all, you didn't know what that gun could do. You didn't, right? Of course not. And second, stop with this baloney about losing your temper. But I did lose my temper.
Iggy motioned sarcastically to his half-deformed face.
Obvious. But that's exactly what you should have done. I was being a horse ass. You were supposed to be a horse's ass in response. That's how it works. Iggy, I'm having a hard time following. You wanted to fight me. Of course. Geez, you goody types take forever to understand this very basic point. Why would you go around saying cruel things trying to get into fights?
Iggy shrugged.
It's something to do. You're an asshole because you're bored? Sometimes I just feel empty. You wouldn't understand. You and Rolo are always having a blast together. Laughing and calling a dinky little treehouse mission control.
Iggy now wept openly.
Perfect little Luca Van Horn. With his perfect little life. Both his parents are gone. My life is not perfect. Everybody in town likes you. Not everybody. All that new girl hasn't even unpacked yet, and even she already likes you. You have Tish.
He wiped his nose with a sleeve.
I love Tish. Tish is great. Yep. But she ain't exactly the world's greatest conversationalist, you know?
Luca gave a warm chuckle.
I got that impression.
Iggy cleared his throat as he wiped his eyes.
Huh. It must be raining out here. Definitely.
Iggy arched into a wide yawn.
We should probably try to get some sleep. You should probably get inside first. Yeah. Let's lay low for now. Tomorrow we'll get to the bottom of all
Luca's
of this.
eyelids began to slowly drift shut.
Luca? Yeah. I always did want to see the inside of your dinky little treehouse. What do you think? Not bad. I'll give you the full tour when we get back. You know what?
That's all Luca could whisper before succumbing to sleep. Iggy snuggled in some more.
When it comes to the worst days of my entire life, this one wasn't half bad. Okay.
The house smelled of warm bread.
A dream, maybe?
Luca was playing with toy blocks on the living room rug.
Dream.
He looked up to see his parents on the couch. His mother held his father's head in her lap. She idly stroked his hair while humming a song. A voice behind Luca spoke. This is how you remember them, huh?
I'm guessing this is the same Luca as the one with the scar. Know all the games. Hi, Pomo. I've started this game, Beacon Pines, before the jam, and it's like 2-ish hours before it's done. I will be doing more Ludum Dare games, I think tomorrow and at least in a weekend. And then maybe some next week. But yeah, if you want, I can play your game if you have time tonight, or maybe one of the first ones tomorrow. Because I do want to get a round of like people I know at least, so I don't miss any games I really want to play. But I've seen your game already a little bit. Tomorrow is good, okay. Or at least I've seen you trying to fix it after you had the score bug.
Luca turned to see his own face.
Yeah, so this is the Luca with the scar. If you don't have something to play, by the way, I definitely recommend Beacon Pines. It's a game about making choices in a story and seeing where it goes. So for instance, you get one word that is left out, and you can have like a couple of options to continue the story forward. So for this one, it didn't really matter, but with each like word, you get more and more into crazy stories and branching like dialogue, which so far has been really good. But we're going back.
The doppelganger from his dreams, still clad in a yellow hazmat suit, still carrying a look of disdain behind empty eyes.
Okay.
Aww, look at this perfectly cozy scene. You know it wasn't really like this. The figure picked up a toy block and inspected it. It's amazing the facades that one can build given the right materials.
I wonder if it's maybe a clone in this story, because we are in the future, I think, right now. Or maybe we get to see a clone?
Not that I blame us. These are a child's memories, all warm and fuzzy.
Because he's supposed to be the older Luca, so to say.
You don't remember, do you? Luca snatched the block from the figure's yellow-gloved hand. Remember what? The doppelganger pointed to the couch. The last day we saw him alive.
Oh, okay.
The day he chose to abandon us.
That gives me raccoon vibes quite a bit.
Luca turned to look at his father, still lounging on the couch.
I'm guessing there was like an accident or something, and his father tried to save as many people from like the facility. So he chose to abandon his family. Okay.
That's not true. He didn't abandon us. The doppelganger waved his hand dismissively. Everything is true here. It's just a matter of what we choose to see. Well, let me show you. The world flickered and pulsed. Luca was sitting next to his bed, listening to his heartbeat with one of his dad's stethoscopes. The doppelganger limped into the room. Now, we both know that's not how this went. He grabbed Luca's hand and guided the stethoscope to the floor. Luca heard muffled shouting, brought close by the stethoscope. It was his parents, fighting. Do you remember what we did next? Luca gave a slow nod and crept down the hall to peek through the banister. He could see the outline of his mother at the bottom of the stairs. Damn it, Walt. We can't afford to get involved in this.
Okay, so there was already something sketchy going on 6 years ago.
She was scared. His father stepped forward. What am I supposed to do? Just watch?
I guess he kind of knew that with the Grenma storyline, where she had a file about the father.
There's a sickness in this town, and we both know who's behind it.
The company wasn't there yet, so this has to be the rich people.
I swore an oath to help people.
I think.
I won't turn my back on them. Luca's mother grabbed Walt. She was crying, pleading. I can't lose you. Walt calmly removed Eleanor's hand from his shoulder. What's right is right, and what's wrong is wrong. I could never live with myself if I let Sharper get away with this.
Sharper, yep. Sharper did die. So, did he kill him?
Eleanor raised her voice. Spare me your bullshit platitudes. What about our son? Luca flinched, dropping the stethoscope down the stairs. Walt turned with a panicked smile. Luca, is that you, buddy? With tears in his eyes, Luca descended the stairs. Mom? Dad? What's going on? Walt dropped to a knee to meet Luca eye to eye. Nothing, buckaroo. Your mom and I just got a little overexcited is all.
Right. So he was 6 at this point, I think.
Luca placed the stethoscope against his father's chest. His heart was racing. It sounded like you were going somewhere. Walt gently removed the device from Luca's ears. Listen to me, Luca. I have some business to take care of. I'll be back in time to tuck you in. Luca hugged his father tightly. Promise? Walt stood up and walked to the door. He glanced over his shoulder. I promise. With a wink and a grin, he put on his hat and strode out into the evening sun.
Okay. So that's the last he knew,
soundlessly
or last.
from the foggy snowfall.
That's the last time he saw his father, I guess. Interesting. Who's this? A monkey? Is this a monkey?
It stood above them, lingering in contemplation.
Don't think there's a monkey in town.
Slowly raising one hand above Iggy, it snapped out 2 brisk raps on his head.
Huh? Brisk raps?
From a deep slumber, Iggy sprang up defensively.
Get your hands off me.
Whether it was the calming presence or the recognition that he was not in danger.
No, it's a rat. A mouse. Still, I don't think they're in the city. The woman with the book, maybe?
Iggy felt his clenched fists lower.
Just what do you think you're doing?
Luca looked up, gradually remembering his whereabouts. The figure exhaled a cloud of warm vapor.
You two certainly have caused a lot of commotion. What's that supposed to mean? Take it easy, Iggy. We were asleep, minding our own business. You're the one running around, knocking on people's heads. That's true. I'm sorry if I hurt you, Iggy. You didn't hurt nobody. Anybody. Huh? Oh, I see. You think you're better than me, you...
When it came to complete strangers, Iggy had trouble cobbling together an insult.
You big-headed. That's a good one. There we go. Scarfy-necked. Uh-huh. Furball. Nice. Okay, let's lower the temperature a bit here. Interesting choice of words. I mean, let's all just calm down. Who are you? I'm a friend. An observer. A hitchhiker of the infinite expanse of possibility. Great. How about a name? If you must call me something, you can call me Nat.
Iggy huffed with gratification.
How about you make a little knat and buzz off? Nice, Iggy.
Nat began to turn away indifferently.
Wait, do you live here? You might say that. So you know where we are. You might also say that. Look, pal, we just want to find a safe way out of here. You gonna help us or not? Before knowing how to leave, one must know where they are. Alright, that does it. Luca, I don't know about you, but I'm getting out of here one way or
Iggy
another.
turned sharply and began to stomp off.
Enough with the riddles. Iggy, wait up.
Realizing he'd worn their patience then, Nat relented.
Very well. I suppose this isn't the time for metaphors. I'll show you how to get back to your home.
Luca and Iggy turned around with hope in their eyes.
It'd be very cold. I think this is after the cold boom. But I don't know how it's after the cold boom. Like, it wasn't a festival yet. Then they jumped from a tree. And now they're here. So I'm kinda confused. Come here.
Nat took a deep breath in.
Close your eyes.
Nat exhaled slowly, then snapped his fingers.
Okay. Open them. If it's not gonna be ice anymore, I am even more confused.
For a brief moment, Luca and Iggy let themselves believe that some great magic was about to unfold, until they opened their eyes and found themselves in the exact same place.
Thanks, Nat. That helped.
Cold and disheartened.
This is your home. This is Pecan Pines. Look, Nat, we don't know how we got here. Maybe we stumbled through some time travel gate in Weepwood, maybe. Or we teleported to some alternate universe. No, I don't think so, because it's gonna blow up either way. Or it is all just some cruel experiment by Kerr and his goons. But this is not our home. You're inching closer to the truth. Alas, the reality is much less fanciful. Just give it to us straight. So be it. As I said, this is Beacon Pines. The original true Beacon Pines. You both grew up here. But the town you've called your home for the past several years is a replica. Huh? So... Oh, hold on. After the fall harvest, after Mr. Kerr, his company took over, or at least settled here, they all had to move out to a hotel for a couple of days. So she's telling us that they built a replica of the entire city. Okay. That's a bit insane. So no time travel, no nothing, they just moved towns a little bit, because this town got blown up already in a cold boom. That's quite cool, honestly. A remarkable achievement of engineering, to be fair. An amazing one. But a replica nonetheless. That's impossible. It's too much work. You need a whole town to replicate a whole town. Nice, well said, Iggy. Nice. Wow. You need a whole town to replicate an entire town. Yes, true. Indeed. To pull off such a feat would require immense labor power. I built Rotterdam just last week. Nobody noticed. Where did you leave the other one, dude? That which could be moved would be moved. That which could not would require a precise duplication. We would have noticed. Someone would have noticed. You'd think so, unless the other thing was impeccable. A mind-numbing detail. A mind-numbing attention to detail. As for the innumerable trivialities which complete the tapestry, well, you can leave that to this miraculous thing we call a brain. It has a real aversion to discontinuity. I'm not gonna say that again. A revulsion, even. The brain has a wonderful way of smoothing out rough edges, keeping us sane. But why would you do this? So you're saying that someone made an entire new town and moved us all and no one noticed? Precisely. But why? Why is the one question that can never be answered with certainty? The best one can do is to uncover.
Nat narrowed his eyes, furrowed his brow, and uttered,
The source. Why'd you say the source like that? Why indeed?
Luca began to laugh uncomfortably.
It's all ridiculous. There's no way they
He
could.
looked down at his feet. His eyes started back and forth in contemplation. With a sudden pain, a thought struck him.
If this really is home.
He sprinted off into the pale distance.
Hi.
As Iggy turned to follow, Nat called out,
Iggy, it's not too late to turn back. Simply head west through Weepwood.
Chapter 6. 6.
Okay. Okay, so that solved the question of, are they time traveling? No, they're not. It also answered the question, where are they? They're in a replica. No, they're in the original town. But we got a new question of why? Why did they replicate it? Interesting.
The source. Nat expressed his sympathy with a shrug
Nat is
and
going
sauntered
away.
off as unassumingly as he'd arrived.
Okay.
He'd given Luca and Iggy what they needed, and nothing more. As Luca sprinted across the snow, the events of the past few days became clearer, pieces to a larger puzzle. Rollo said he was underground somewhere, captured. Mr. Kerr tried to cover it up with lies. The clipboards were hell-bent on capturing Iggy.
Right.
It all seemed to point to perennial harvest. But right now, there was one thing that Luca needed to know.
You want to know if
Luca
the tree is
stopped
there?
dead in his tracks.
Oh, the grave.
The tree was gone, uprooted and moved, leaving a raw gash in the earth.
Everything that can be moved will be moved. So they took out the entire tree.
He dropped to his knees and dug wildly at the cold snow.
So I checked this place to see if the tree was here, and I couldn't find it, so this kind of makes sense, I guess, now. But the grave is there.
His numb hands
I didn't
hit
notice
something
that
hard.
yet.
A headstone. A dry whisper escaped Luca's lips.
You're here. So he hasn't been visiting his father's grave for like 6 years. Just a replica of it. Okay. All this time I was visiting you. But you've been here. Alone in the snow. Dad, I'm so sorry. They ruined your favorite spot in the world. Our favorite spot in the world. Dad, what do I do?
There was no reply. Just snow-covered silence.
Why'd you give me this lip like that? What if I couldn't find you, you jerk?
Iggy finally noticed the tears welling in Luca's eyes and the snow-covered grave.
Oh. Iggy, they stole his tree, Iggy. Yikes.
Suddenly, they heard the crunch of approaching footsteps in the snow.
They knew where we went. Oh, okay. We gotta hide. 259k. Fall off distance, still good. Dude, did you hear me? I said 259. Sorry. Do you ever think about what we did here? We saved a whole town of people. Doesn't feel like it sometimes. What about everything we left behind? That's the grave of someone with a family. The people who love them will never know the truth. The truth is overrated.
He bent down to scoop up a snowball and lobbed it playfully.
Hey, don't be such a downer, dude. We took this job to change the world. Yeah, come on. It's almost lunchtime. I just love how, like, these guys in suits, that it still picked up, like, its snowball to, like, throw it to its co-worker. That's great. No, we don't. We don't. We had a dream about, like, his family, and we saw, like, the last time he saw his father, kinda, and he went to fight a rich family, the family with the history of Beacon Pines. Huh, weirdo. He did a little dance. Here I thought I was a jerk. These dinguses are out here literally dancing on graves.
Luca stuttered through heaving sobs.
I thought I was visiting him. I thought he was with me. Not gonna lie, that's a bad break. I love Iggy. Here's some advice.
Iggy gave Luca a solid smack on the back of his head.
Bonk. Hey. Who's any of this helping? What? Sitting here in the snow, crying like some pushover. Who you helping? Iggy, look at what they did. They lied to everyone. Blah blah blah. Luca Fenor knew a lot of things, but you ain't no pushover. What did I tell you before? When some jerk comes at you acting like a horse's ass, I should stand up for myself. Hell yeah. Current this merry little band of clipboards pulled off this switcheroo for a reason, right? Ned mentioned something about a source.
Luca wiped his eyes with a sleeve.
Do you think Iggy is blind in his right eye now? It looks like it. It looks like it. Whatever's at his source must be awfully valuable to perennial harvest. It also kind of explains why the harvest has been a lot worse. It's because they moved the entire city somewhere else, so the ground is just different. Sure would be a shame if something unfortunate were to happen to their precious source, wouldn't it? What do you have in mind? If it's small enough to steal, we snatch it. If it's too big to snatch, we smash it. And what if it's too big to smash?
Iggy flashed a mischievous smile and cracked his knuckles.
I'm always up for a challenge. I'm gonna make this right, Dad. I promise. Let's do this. We also don't know where Rolo is yet. It can get awful cold out there in those woods, Luca. Probably best you to stay put and conserve your energy. Help's on the way. Where's Rolo? Where's my mom? Did you kill her? Oh heavens no. Do I seem like a killer to you?
Iggy and Luca shared a skeptical look.
Yeah. Well, do I? A little bit. Oh shucks. Now that hurt my feelings. Screw that guy. Menel? No. I guess we go this way again. Wait a minute. If this is the original town, that means...
Iggy darted behind a large pine and began digging furiously. He emerged holding a shoebox with a crude skull painted on its lid.
What's that? Long story. So a few years back, I came into possession of some premium grade fireworks. Not a wimpy firecracker stuff they gave kids. The good stuff. So why did you bury it under a tree? That's a long part of the story. You and Rolo were doing chores at Rolo's chicken coop. Is this the flaming chicken coop story? And you guys pissed me off for some reason or another.
Luca rolled his eyes with realization.
No, you didn't.
Iggy stifled a chuckle.
Yep. I just wanted to give you guys a little scare. But like I said, these were some primo fireworks. So I might have underestimated things. You blew up the chicken coop. I prefer to think of it as an incendiary redecoration. I like that. That's a good quote. Sorry, but you should have seen the looks on your faces. Rolo got grounded for months. Which is why I needed to stash the evidence and lay low. So I buried them under that tree. But when I came back for them, they were gone. I figured some grown-up found them and tossed them away.
Iggy triumphantly raised the shoebox.
Okay, but I got moved over. Turns out, it wasn't the fireworks I got moved. It was us. Unbelievable. So what are you gonna do with that? Do you think this is a game? Newsflash, boyo. You're not a hero. You're a little brat who is in way over his head right now. A hero is just someone who refuses to give up. Comics these days are rotting children's brains. Everyone just thinks they're a spaceman superhero. I was always partial to Hank Atomic myself. Is that so? Do you really think you have a chance against us? You have no idea how powerful we are. Prepare for blast off, loser. Okay, I like it. Roger that, Space Cadet. Dope. Cool. Crooked. Just like this whole stinking place. Hold on. No. I think that's for fishing, maybe? I see the big hole. We'll get to that. We'll get to that. But I see it. It's there. Let's see if there's anything else. Okay. They really want us to go to the big hole.
Luca and Iggy inched up to the edge of the hole with bewilderment in their eyes. Arctic air breathed out of the cavern in heaving gusts.
Is this a source, I guess? Behind this ice, there was Crooked. Echo. Okay. Whoa. I can see why they wanted to move us all out of town now. But why would they dig a giant hole? I think this is it. This is the source. It is a dang hole. How do we smash your hole? Hi, Kerr. Oh, it's much more than that, my annoying little friend. Kerr. Where's Rolo? I wasn't lying before, he's safe. Well, safer than you two at least. Drats, it's cold. You just had to drag me all the way out here, didn't you?
Mr. Kerr gazed down the abyss in contemplation.
It really is something, isn't it? What did you do to our town? What is all of this? Well, that's a doozy of a question. This is the source, where they collect the unrefined.
Kerr scratched the back of his head.
Honestly, boys, I don't understand any of this well enough to explain it. The fact of the matter is, I'm not paid to know. What do you mean you don't know? Ain't you the one in charge? Oh heavens no. My role is merely to flash your winning smell and manage various complications. Complications like us? You are a smart boy.
His face contorted into a saccharine grin.
It really is nothing personal. Some people are destined to strive for greatness, and others are simply obstacles along the way. Seems like you were destined to be a creepy lackey. The point is that we all play our part in life. Mine just happens to be a lead in the role of a lifetime. And you happen to be extras, ready for your curtain call. We aren't giving up without a fight. Your smell's not gonna be winning after we're done with you. Now, boys, there's no need for melodrama. It makes even a professional such as myself embarrassed for you. Let's change the mood a bit.
Kerr snapped his fingers.
I'm guessing the clipboards are coming? Scene change. Yeah. There. That's better. Deal with him.
Iggy turned to Luca with a sly glance.
Are we getting another word? Why are you smirking? Because I have a box full of fireworks and you don't.
Iggy waved the box into the air, threatening to drop it down the hole.
Hello? So when they blew it up in the other timeline? What do you mean, Mr. Moon? Stay back or I will freeze my fireworks. Iggy waved the box in the air, threatening to drop it down the hole. Stop. Let's not do something regrettable. Joke's on you. Regret is one of my specialities. Out of curiosity, what would happen if I threw this in your precious hole? Nothing. Nothing at all. You're a terrible liar. I'll have you know, I'm an exceptional liar. Bup. That's far enough.
Iggy plucked a single bottle rocket from the box and held it up with reverence.
Stop, you fool. He's sweating. Call off your goons.
After a long pause, Mr. Kerr flung up his hand with frustration.
Very well. You all can head back for the night. It's been a long day. I'll handle these two from here.
Mr. Kerr sighed into the frigid air.
It's just us now, Iggy. You can put it down. What, like
With
this?
a nonchalant flick, Iggy tossed the firework into the hole.
Oh, Iggy. He did not like that at all. Look at that. He's not happy. Ooh. Whoa.
With a growl, Kerr leapt at Iggy, crashing through Luca.
Oh.
Iggy tried to twist away, but in the struggle they both tumbled over the side.
Oh, shit.
Luca dove forward, bracing Iggy's hand just before it slipped.
Are they all gonna
His grip was
fall?
made precarious by the cold, wet snow.
Some of those faces should be emotes. Yeah.
He could see Kerr further down, clinging to Iggy's coat.
You reckless child. What have you done? Look at that hair, though. He doesn't look as good anymore. Luca, listen to me. Hold on tight and use the walkie-talkie to call him back. What channel do I use? It doesn't make a dang difference, they're always listening. If you do that, the clipboards will just haul us up and snag us both. The only way to get out of this is if Kerr's out of the picture. Let's just go and save yourself. If he lets go, we both die. I don't want to die, but seeing the look on your face almost makes it worth it. Mr. Kerr, you've had a long life. Why don't you actually do something selfless and just let go? Yes, Mr. Kerr, Why don't you?
Mr. Kerr gasped with insult.
You've had a long life. Why don't you just let go, dude? Long life? I'll have you know, I can still play 25. You should have heard me sing the part of Phileas
With a
Young.
wild look in his eye, Mr. Kerr began to hum a proud melody.
Rum dum dum. The guy's insane. Wow, can you believe this guy?
Luca's hand began to cramp. His voice began to crack.
Uh-oh. Hold on. Nowhere. Okay. Here? Just let go. No can do. If you want to save your friend, you'll have to save me too. Luca, look at me. It's okay.
Luca felt Iggy loosen his grasp.
You aren't going to kill your friend like that, are you?
Every muscle in Luca's body burned.
I'm not his friend. Yes, you are. Nah, I'm just a no-good bully. Just like you, Kerr. Iggy, no.
Luca felt his hand slipping.
And I told you what you need to do with bullies. I can't. It's your only way out of this mess. Two birds with one stone. It makes sense for us to fall together. Wackadoos travel in packs.
A calm settled over Iggy's face.
Luca, let me do this.
Iggy's voice was colder than the bitter air billowing from the chasm.
Let me do the right thing for once. The choice? No. We got both. What is the right option? Why is Accept so happy? Luca had no choice but to accept Iggy's request. Yay! But Accept means he dies though. I think I want to try Accept for now. But that's gonna hurt.
Luca had no choice but to accept Iggy's request. With a quiet blink,
Yeah, that's
Luca watched a teardrop sail down into the howling void. As his fingers slowly gave up, he met eyes with Iggy.
Good. Goodbye, Iggy.
The two silhouettes were swallowed by darkness.
Okay. I love that. That's really cool. With Luca just looking... Okay. I love a goodbye, Iggy. I love a goodbye. Luca, you should really step back. She doesn't care at all though. She's like, yeah, that happened. Now step back. Like, she's not like, oh no, a kid died. She's like, you should step back. What? Quickly. Oh. Curious. Ah, but of course. Those fireworks of Iggy must have been just the right amount of energy. We should get out of here before perennial harvest arrives. Not until you tell me what just happened. Your friend's sacrifice just saved this town. For a little while, anyway. Huh? Okay. How? Tempus liquamine is a peculiar substance. You can change the relationship between matter and time itself, but doing so requires unfathomable energy. In a closed system, that energy can only come from its surroundings. A useful side product of this property being by adding precisely the correct amount of energy to it, one can create a cryogenic cascade. So the gunk makes things cold, and the fireworks may the whole freeze over. That's one way of putting it, yeah. As dumb luck would have it, the fireworks weren't strong enough to generate a runaway reaction. I shudder to think what would have happened in that case.
We have some idea what that would look like.
Okay, so this kind of confirms that this plotline has to come after the big boom. Okay, yep. It will take them a good while to safely break through and access the source again. If you know all this stuff, why haven't you been helping? I have been, in my way. Each one of us has our roles to play. Iggy's role? It just turns out was to buy us precious time. Mine has been to observe and wait. Wait for what? You. Me? Why? What's my role?
A fierce twinkle flashed in Nat's eyes.
Luca Van you are going to save the world.
With a chuckle, Nat turned and walked west.
Okay.
Dumbfounded, Luca followed behind him, trudging through the snow.
I like that it still moved on the other side. That's kind of cool.
Every step taking him further away from everyone and everything he knew, and closer to destiny. To be continued in Beacon Pines, Pines Harder.
Nah.
Revenge served cold. Second time's a charm?
Okay, they're playing with us. 100% they're playing with us.
Wait, that's it? This ends with a crummy cliffhanger just when it was getting good? I was even starting to like
Pines
Iggy.
Harder.
No way. I refuse to be associated with some never-ending parade of sequels. Let's go back and find something more definitive.
Huh? What? I don't wanted that ending. That sounded cool. No, not that one. Okay.
Luca had no choice but to refuse Iggy's request.
Okay, then.
He tightened his grip and reached for the walkie-talkie in his pocket.
But that wasn't the right choice, I guess? It sounded cool, though.
A wild delight crept onto Mr. Kerr's face.
Of course he's happy about that.
That's a good lad. Now, radio for help. Iggy begged Luca with his eyes one last time.
This couldn't go well
Luca
either.
Pressed the button and called out.
Right?
We need help. Mr. Kerr is in danger. It wasn't long before they were once again surrounded by clipboards.
So the fireworks made the explosion happen, right? So it's not gonna explode now.
Mr. Kerr sighed with relieved frustration. There you are. You really are a worthless lot, aren't you? Mirror, now. A clipboard dutifully produced an ornate ivory hand mirror, and Mr. Kerr began preening his tousled hair.
He has to fix his hair. Of course he has to fix his hair.
Ah, that's better. Mr. Van Horn, I applaud your sharp thinking under duress. I'll put in a good word for you with the founder. Take them away. A swarm of hands overpowered Luca. The last thing he saw before a cloth bag was pulled over his head was the defeated look on Iggy's face. The end.
Okay.
I think this was one of those times where doing the right thing was the wrong thing.
Yeah. Well, they just didn't find hard enough. But even if you accept, it ends. Oh my, I'm angry. So it has to be this one now. Right? We don't have the picture of this. But yeah, I guess this has to be the one. They'd run the classic good cop, hard cop interrogation.
They'd run the classic good cop, hard cop interrogation.
I can't see all charms and stuff. We can go to the back later.
A steely gaze. I've got this. Read about it 100 times.
Okay, Rollo.
Rollo swaggered past the chair which propped up the slumping Hiram Tolliver. Without even looking at his captive, he began with a long, blustery drawl.
Well, Mr. Tolliver.
Mr. Tolliver remained motionless. Rollo spun around to face him. He'd clearly expected to rouse Mr. Tolliver with his booming voice.
Mr. Tolliver?
Beck and Luca gave each other an unsure glance. Rollo slammed his fist on the table.
I said, Mr. Tolliver.
He grabbed the table lamp and beamed it onto the unconscious face.
There we
Mr.
go.
Tolliver groaned and slowly lifted his head. He recoiled with a muddled, weary squint.
What in the
The
world?
chair wobbled as he attempted to straighten up.
Who? Who's there?
Mr. Tolliver could only make out rough shapes through the glaring light. With a gruff tone, Rollo hoped to both conceal his voice and intimidate.
I'll be asking the questions here, punk. Now hold on, let's just calm down. Oh, I am calm. Calm as a carrot in the dirt. As for you, looks like you're sweating.
The doubtful expression on Beck and Luca's faces transformed into awe.
We can do this my way, or... Well, let's just say I've never needed another way.
Rollo, hitting his stride, was now channeling every detective trope his memory could recall. He slammed the table again.
Now dance. Oh, what? I
Mr.
don't even...
Tolliver's voice became desperate. He was nearly in tears.
You've tied me down. How on earth could I dance? Dance with your mouth, punk. Spill the beans. What are you doing poking around this house? I'm here to help Juniper. To make sure everything's ready. So you're in cahoots with Gren. Gren?
Mr. Tolliver was in a daze, now more confused than ever.
Roll up Penny would be a good emote. Gonna help her blow up the festival, eh? Blow up the festival? Good lord.
He shook his head, feeling more and more dizzy.
Okay. No, you've got it all wrong. Where is she now? Yeah, I would make a pretty good emote. She's headed to the source. Huh. So, they know that the city has been changed? This is interesting. The source? What's the source? It's
His
where
voice faded to a whisper.
the town began. Where it all began. What is Operation Sparkplug?
With that, Mr. Tolliver passed out cold.
I know what causes the boom. So the fireworks kind of caused a small boom, right? So what if they did gewoon way more? Then the entire world freezes.
Rollo swung around with a repentant grimace.
Dang, Rollo. I think you went a little too hard on him. What did he say about the source? It's where the town began? We need more information. Yeah, but we'd better not push Mr. Tolliver any further. Is there anyone else you might know? What about the History Museum? It just got set up for the festival. Now that then was put up by the Valentines. Everything they do is just a bunch of fluff to glorify themselves. Is there anything more reliable? The library. If there's any information about the source thing, Gado can help us find it. Let's go get some answers. The library is next to Mr. Hargrove, to the guy that sent Luca down. So I don't know if that's very good. Okay, we're going straight to the library. Hey, Jace. No, we don't want to talk to Jace. I quite like how they're all following me. La 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 la. Oh. Oh my god, did you go through the table, Rolo? Did I see that correctly? Oh my god, Rolo. It goes. This is a dang nice library. Thanks, we work hard on it. Aren't you a little young to be a librarian? Oh, Gado hung out here so much, eventually they gave him a set of keys. I just keep an eye on the place for Miss No Effect sometimes. They get you working for free. It's quiet and I get access to all the books I can read. What more could a person want? Money. Food. Fair enough. What can I do for you all? We need a favor. I already told you, Rolo. I can't put you any higher on the waitlist for the next Hank Atomic. And if you're here with more candy, I'll have you know, I can't be bought. Called a personal code of conscience. Actually, we're looking to do some research. Now you're speaking my language. What are you looking for? That's the thing, we sorta don't know. What do you got on the history of the town? There's the county record archives. What's in those? Births, deaths, newspapers clippings, stuff like that. Deaths. Pretty boring readings. But they do go all the way back to when the town was founded. Great, we'll start there.
Chapter 8.
Chapter 8 is far. Like, I think the other story made it to chapter 6.
6 feet under, 3 towns over.
Okay.
The kids spent the rest of the afternoon combing through dusty piles of old county records, desperately searching for anything that could help them make sense of Mr. Tolliver's cryptic utterance. Luca tried to shake the thought of Gran's basement, but his focus wavered. Explosives, messages hidden in jam, dossiers on various town figures, and a corkboard threaded with photos. Gran was the only family he had left. He still couldn't bring himself to believe the worst.
I wonder if we're gonna see the mother at some point. Like, so far she hasn't been in it at all. She's been mentioned. Mr. Kerr said she hasn't been killed. But can we believe that? Can we believe that she's really not killed yet?
But the old map with the symbol of explosives in town square made that difficult.
Yeah, okay, so maybe we'll see her in Beacon Pines 2 Pines Harder. I hope so, man. I hope so. So the explosives were put on the fountain, and that is where that big hole is. So that makes sense now. That actually makes sense. Let's see how far we get with this.
As the sun began to set, the kids were no closer to the truth.
If I have to read any more records, my eyeballs are gonna pop. We have to keep digging. If I dig another word, I'm gonna end up in one of those asinine death records. Rollo Cotter lived a full and wonderful life. Till he read so much, boring crud that his brain oozed out of his ears.
Rollo shut his book with an assertive nod.
If you've got a better idea, spit it out. You sound like my sister. Keep pushing your luck, pal. And it won't be boring country record that kills you. I'll put you in my obituaries myself.
Rollo muttered under his breath.
You're a country record. Really, that's the best you've got? When I'm done with you, you'll be the footnote in history. Just
Beck
like
slammed her finger down on the open page before glancing down to read.
J. Hartford here. I'll love to see you try. Hey. We're all a little tired here. Let's just take him in.
Something tickled the back of Luca's mind.
Yeah, that was a good comeback from him, right? Wait, what was that name back? In the obit? J. Hartford. Oh, that's the guy they found. From the Brookfield Tribune 20 years ago. That can't be right. What is it? J. Hartford. Never mind. That's my grand's name. Juniper Hartford. Is she not his grandma? Maybe there were two J. Hartfords? Miss Hartford is survived by her young daughter E. Hartford. My mom's name is Eleanor. Okay, this is getting creepy. If your gran is 6 feet under, 3 towns over. Is it a mother? No, that doesn't make sense. Then who am I living with?
The question hung in the air.
Huh. Alright, gang. I get a close up for the night.
Beck rubbed her eyes.
How late is it? Almost 10. Ah, crap. Pa's gonna kill me. I gotta go. Yeah, my parents will be worried sick. Okay, let's meet up as early as we can at the festival tomorrow. Oh no, here we go again. What are you gonna do about the unconscious man in your basement? I'll think of something.
Luca's heart was pounding as he approached the house. If he was lucky, Gran, or whoever it was, hadn't gotten back yet. And of course, there was Mr. Tolliver tied up and unconscious in the basement. Dealing with him would be the first order of business.
They're not spending hard enough.
Luca shook out his arms to calm his nerves before entering.
And there she is.
He held perfectly still, tempering his breath, and listened closely. She was asleep. His only hope was that she hadn't found Mr. Tolliver before dozing off.
Check on Mr. Tolliver in the basement. That cannot go well. I love the music though. The music? Amazing. Can we go to sleep? Fine. Like, it's a little bit different from the main track.
Just some dusty knickknacks.
But it's still really good. He's gone. Oh no.
Mr. Tolliver was nowhere to be seen.
He's gonna come down. Maybe he woke up, escaped from his bindings, and left without a trace.
Or maybe Gran knew everything.
What do I do?
Luca's hungry stomach groaned. Not realizing it, he'd gone the entire day without eating.
Okay, I can figure this out. Just need a little brain food.
Luca rushed over to the pile of jam jars, unscrewed one, and shoveled a handful into his mouth.
I'm afraid your jam delivery will be
He
delayed.
flipped the lid to read the label.
Mr. Nuncreed. Okay, now I can think. So if Gren knows we tied up Miss Tolliver, I'm screwed. If she doesn't know, then I need to play it cool. I guess the only option is to go to bed and act as if nothing is wrong. Gren will think Miss Tolliver finished what he was sent to do, and left when he was done. Uh-huh. She's gone, probably. I'm guessing when we walk out, she's gonna be gone. Then... Okay. Stick to the plan. Go to bed and play it cool.
As Luca climbed the final stair, the emotion of the day dragged heavily on him. With each consecutive step, his legs weakened.
Oh god, okay.
His stride began to falter. He tried to grab for the railing to steady himself.
Was there something in the jam?
Something was wrong.
Come on, legs. Just a few more steps.
Luca groaned and tried to move. His limbs might as well have been bolted to the ground. Through numb lips, he mumbled just before falling asleep.
The jam? And that's Gren. Sweet boy. What did you get yourself into? He's putting me in the basement, I think. Rest now. And let me handle everything. Oh, okay.
Chapter 9. A speech to end all speeches.
Oh, we're actually gonna be at a festival this time.
Luca awoke to find himself face down in bed. He moaned into his pillow. Why would Gran drug him?
I mean, he didn't drug you. You kinda ate Mr. Nuncreed's jam.
Or rather, why was she trying to drug Mr. Nuncreed?
Because he's kinda weird.
Shaking the questions from his woozy head, Luca snapped back to the matter at hand.
I mean, so she's probably not his grandma. The festival. Yes, the festival. How great. Oh no. Hey, Gran. She's not here. Don't think we have to go down. So this be fake. Well, this tree, I guess, isn't fake. It just got moved, which quite impressive. Okay. There's Rolo and Beck. Where have you been? I Gren put something in the jam. Yeah, we know. Secret messages from secret conspirators. Not this one. The one intended for Mr. Nuncreed. Put me to sleep. Whoa, ho ho. Polite devil. I like that one. I think she's trying to remove him from the equation. He might be in danger. I guess maybe she knows he works for Mr. Kerr? That could be it, actually. Huh. Have you found anything? We looked around, but I haven't seen anything odd. Your Gran is nowhere to be found. But Mr. Nuncreed is just loafing around waiting for the speech. What speech? Mayor Gus just got up to the podium. Everyone is gathering at the stage. Let's get moving. Oh, everyone is here.
Augustus Valentine nervously wiped his brow.
Thanks. Hello, Beacon Pines. I'm Augustus Valentine, your mayor, and I suppose you already know that. Oh yes, before we get started, I just wanted to take a moment to recognize someone who couldn't be here today. This town wouldn't be where it is without my father, Sharper Valentine. So I thought we could begin with a round of applause, befitting such a great man. The awkward applause, I love it. Even that's more deserving than the old Goodyear deserved.
Gus cleared his throat and awkwardly loosened his tie.
Right. Where was I?
William Kerr bounded on the stage with the energy of a preacher at a big tent revival.
Gus Valentine, everyone.
He gave Gus a hearty slap on the back and motioned him off the stage.
Let's hear it for our mayor. What a great turnout. Oh heck, I didn't prepare anything. But I suppose I could say a few words. It would be a shame to waste such a beautiful podium.
Mr. Kerr pulled a thick stack of note cards out from his vest.
I didn't prepare anything, but I got these cards with me, for some reason. Community, conviction, commitment. These are the things we celebrate at Perennial Harvest. For us, these are the pillars of the bridge to a better tomorrow. But I think it's time to add a new pillar. Change. Change is a powerful thing. I'm guessing that things are gonna explode around when the speech is done. It's inexorable, unavoidable, and undeniable. Thanks, Fun. And that gum? Thankful for it. Use the gum for that? Okay. Change is the reason we're all together today. It's hard for me to believe that it was only 4 years ago when fate brought me here. A simple business trip, which brought me to a small town, which would change my life forever.
Mr. Kerr took a moment to survey the crowd.
You know that?
He wiped away a single tear.
From the second I set foot in Beacon Pines. Something about this place has held me captive. You see, change represents opportunity. It represents potential. It was change that helped me recognize the potential of this place. To see that the people of this town, despite suffering greatly loss, still held onto this thing that made them
He
special.
thumped the podium to emphasize each word.
Community, conviction, commitment.
Mr. Kerr
Change.
nodded confidently, biting his lip. The crowd was silent, in rapt attention.
Fate made a perfect match that day. Nothing is more important to you all than community. And Perennial Harvest is a community first and foremost.
Mr. Kerr methodically made eye contact with each section of the crowd.
The only way you made it through the fall harvest was the unshakable conviction. Conviction that a better tomorrow was just over the horizon. Perennial Harvest was founded on that conviction that we are that horizon. This festival is a symbol of our commitment to each
His
other.
voice began to build to a crescendo.
We now walk hand in hand into the future we will shape together. And that is what change is all about. Grabbing the future by the scruff on the neck and making things happen. Change is a choice. I am tickled pink that we will all be making that choice together. How great is that? Just imagine what we can accomplish. And there we go. What was
The crowd
that?
began to look around nervously.
Don't worry. A little thunder isn't going to ruin this day. Everyone remain calm.
Mr. Kerr quickly flicked through his note cards.
Where was I? Through all of my travels, I have learned one true thing. One always reaps what they sow. We've all planted a lot of good in this town. And so, it is with a happy heart that I can proclaim. You can see that like the grandma, the guy, and the woman from the diner are all not gonna be here. Diner lady is here. The guy isn't? But why is diner lady here?
He raised his hands up to the heavens.
Our harvest awaits. Huh.
At that moment, a merciless wall of impossibly cold air ripped through the crowd, instantly freezing everyone and everything it touched.
So he put his hands up. Does he know that was gonna happen?
For a man like William Kerr, this was a fitting way for things to end.
I don't think he did. I think it's coincidence.
On a stage, with an entire town frozen in rapt attention for the rest of time. The end.
Okay.
There's that ice again! Whenever I think we're getting close, it comes along and ruins everything. Maybe we should just quit? Maybe you should just close the book, walk away, and never think of me again. No, I don't mean that. We got a little closer this time. We just need to try again. Please.
Okay. We got another interrogation style. Okay. That's it? I was sure that we had something else too. I kind of want to go to... Do we go to the treehouse with this? I think so, right? Yes, hold on. Those pages, holy shit. It doesn't matter what I say here.
We're just gonna
We're gonna skip this.
Ponder for the day. This... Nailed it.
Nailed it. I want to go fishing. I like how it remembers I left the crane on and the fridge open. Hey, hey Rollo. It's great. The music here is even so much lighter. It's quite nice.
Chapter 2. Welcome. For many, it wasn't over the neck until in the 60s.
Yeah, the game is really good. Wow. I don't care. Go away.
Whenever Lucas saw it, reminded him of the...
I wonder if he even knows. Okay, it does. It does. It does. Crooked. There we go.
tied a bent nail onto the line.
Poor fish.
If all you have is a hammer...
Okay. Let's see what we got. A picture. I think it's full now. It's a photo of you and Uncle Joseph. Let me see that. Look at those two young fools. How did it end up at the bottom of the pond? Who can say? Some things are just hard to explain. I miss Uncle Joseph. How come he doesn't come fishing with us anymore? He's busy with his new job at Valentine's. Huh. Okay. What's the new job gotta do with him fishing with us? It's complicated. Like I said, some things are hard to explain. Joseph. Don't think we've heard of Joseph. I think that's all of our fishing supplies done. We wanted to see all of the batches. I love the sly one. The sly one looks really good. I like ham too. We haven't had a ham yet. Except it's kinda nice. We haven't had Veep either, I think. No, we haven't. Incendiary. It wasn't a fishing thing, so I think that one will still come. Break we might have had. Smack we haven't had either. There's so many which we haven't had yet, which is really weird. Struggle. Struggle we've had. Fight we have had too. I like Fight. That one is really good. Succulent, I think we've had that one. Rumble we've had. Strange we've had. Cling is a fishing one. We've had Shame and Shit. Indulgent. Succulent and Indulgent. Junk Pool Change. Yep. Chill, Hide and Ponder and Tickle. We've had those. I like the pool one. Okay. Change, Struggle. Shame, Fight and Flight. Accept, Refuse. We did have Break, right? Okay. Chill again, actually. We had Chill multiple times. Only one we can do.
They'd run the classic good cop, sly cop interrogation. Luca and Rollo ducked behind a barrel, leaving Beck to her task.
I expected another one. Because there are three of them.
With a few crisp snaps, she roused Mr. Tolliver.
What? What's going on here? You're that Moodle girl. Please call me back. Sorry about all this.
Mr. Tolliver looked down and shifted a bit, testing his restraints.
It seems there's been a mix-up. You see, I'm down here for the same reason you are. Juniper sent you
Beck
here.
caught herself before letting the surprise manifest on her face. She'd already gotten him to reveal his relation to Gran. This was gonna be easy.
No, Juniper is with her precautions. Operation Sparkplug has us all on the edge. I guess she thought you needed some backup. But she sent a child? What better way to avoid prying eyes? Who would suspect a kid? I suppose that makes sense.
Mr. Tolliver wriggled a bit in his restraints.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Beck quickly removed the ropes.
Okay. That had to be uncomfortable. A little, yeah. But you understand. We never know who to trust in this town.
Mr. Tolliver rubbed the growing knot on his forehead.
Very true. So it turns out we're both
Beck
here
twirled
to...
her hand, as if to prompt Mr. Tolliver to finish her thought.
destroy the evidence.
Beck shook her head and clicked her tongue.
Yep, The old gal is nothing if not thorough.
Mr. Tolliver let out an amused huff in agreement.
She sure is. Can't blame her though. If anyone were to find out that we're going to destroy the source, and that is the boom, well, we both know how bad that might be. No one will know anything once I finish cleaning things up down
Beck
here.
was on a roll now, playing Mr. Tolliver like a fiddle.
You're sure you can finish this up on your own? Juniper trusted me for a reason. You can leave the rest to me. Good. There's one more loose end I'll go work on. Loose end? Oh, it's nothing really. The other day I had a radio on scan while restocking the candy shelf. And wouldn't you know it, I intercepted an odd phrase in a perennial harvest transmission. Underground secrets. That's ominous. I think it might be a password, but Juniper dismissed it. Said it wasn't mission critical. What's a password for? We don't know. So we have a password and know where to put it. It's gotta mean something, right? Good thinking. You should probably go work that out. I've got this under control. That's a relief. Between you and me, this basement gives me the willies.
Heading for the stairs, Mr. Tolliver hesitated and turned to Beck with a puzzled look. She grinned and gave him a peppy wave. With a shrug, he continued up the stairs, whistling a jaunty tune.
Okay, well done, Beck. You guys catch that? Sure did. This whole time Mr. Tolliver had a candy shelf. Yeah, that's the important part. But all he ever sells us is apples.
Beck blinked slowly in disappointment.
The password, Rolo. Well, sure. But once things are back to normal, I'll be having a word with Mr. Tolliver about that candy shelf. Fine. In the meantime, I've got an idea.
She turned to the table and began tearing small scraps of paper.
He said he heard a password on the radio. Any good spy transmission is never what it seems.
Beck marked each scrap of paper and leaned back.
We just need to find a hidden meeting. Okay. What's another word for underground? Buried, covered. Could it be a cover-up? Maybe it's one of those each letter is a number things. So U would be 21. N would be 14. Ooh. It's an anagram. Nuncrete's drugstore. He's fast?
Luca and Beck looked at Rollo with amazement.
Rollo, that was incredible. Well, it's either that or Kren's nude drugstore. Yeah, I think you were ready first time. How did you do that? What can I say? I love ciphers. Well, I guess we know where to go next. Play the music again. I like how they follow you, that's nice. Hello. You scare me half to death. Sorry. You guys haven't seen Mr. Tolliver around, have ya? Nope. He got me waiting around like the last slice of pie. I swear that man would be late to his own funeral. I don't think we have anything new. Okay. We have to get to Nuncrete's drugstore. Okay. I still kind of want to go to Perennial Harvest. I don't think we will be doing that though. Oh. You're late, Augustus. Sorry, sister. Was caught up with work. Work? You. I had a few more details to look down for the festival. Oh, what do you have to report? What is this insipid town festival really about?
Gus looked around nervously.
I think Mrs. Curry really does just want to do something good for the town. He's actually a pretty nice guy. You should spend some time with him. I didn't pull strings installing you as a mayor, so that you could make friends. Your job is to help me figure out what Kerr and Perino Harvest's true intentions are with this town. We have a responsibility. This is our father's town. Was. Excuse me. This was our father's town. He's gone, Iris, and he isn't coming back. Father left us with nothing but problems. Mr. Kerr came here and offered to help us. We accepted that help. We didn't agree to them, turning Father's warehouse into a toxic dumping ground. That's just a temporary arrangement. The glow can be seen from our damned backyard. They're dumping their nasty little secrets on us. When this all inevitably goes wrong, who do you think will be blamed?
Eris's cry hung in the air.
We have a new choice to make now, sister. This town is going to change, whether we like it or not. Are we going to choose to be a part of that future, or be forgotten in the past? It's a shame. Father named you Augustus, but you will always just be a Gus. Good night, Iris. I'll see you at breakfast tomorrow. It's getting late, children. Hey, lady. Knowledge, he spelled with a sneer. There exists a gulf between knowing something and being able to do a dang thing about it. Huh. I do hate it when the villain makes a good point. Okay. Yes, he's there always. I was hoping that Dawn would be here, but no. I like how it's called Up at Dawn. Nice. That's Tolliver, right?
Solomon stood proudly at the entrance to the drugstore, holding a brown bag overflowing with black licorice.
Hey, Solomon. We're looking for Mr. Nankried. Is he still in there? I'm afraid not. Where'd you get that candy from? You might say we have an agreement.
Solomon shoveled a surprising amount of licorice into his mouth.
Sometimes it's the small pleasures in life. Though we might not always have family to rely on. Licorice has never let me down. Well, I can't say licorice would be my first choice, but whatever floats your boat. You can tell a lot about a person by their choice of confection. Oh, yeah, I guess. I like sour gobs. I'm certain you do. I always wondered why Mr. Nankried kept licorice in stock. You must eat enough to make it worthwhile. There are many ways to earn loyalty. For some, it's as easy as cold hard cash. Ooh, the elevator tone? The telephone elevator phone booth? There's gotta be more clues. Okay, let's see. Come on now. Have you ever seen anyone actually use this thing? Besides Mrs. Nancreed? No.
Beck cupped her hands on the glass to peek inside.
That is not a normal phone booth. It's got like a blinky keypad. Why would there be a blinky keypad? Grand New Drugstore. I mean, underground secrets. The password.
Beck flung open the door and they all squeezed in.
Kinda wanted to explore more. Oh well. Alright,
Luca
let's see
cracked
here.
his knuckles and entered the letters into the keypad.
Sounds like that did something. Great, now what?
The inside of the phone booth dropped loose from its shell. Without even the space to panic, they closed their eyes, held their breath, and accepted their fate. Suddenly, the chaotic descent slowed to an effortless landing. It was unclear where they ended up, but at least it was solid ground. The air was stagnant and smelled vaguely of chlorine.
When you have secret underground and a bad memory is how you make the password underground secrets. I knew it. You knew that there was a secret hub full of storage tubes and under the telephone booth? Of course I did. Didn't I say that? No. I definitely thought it. Luca, do you remember when I said how cool it would be? If the transdimensional conduits from Hanked Atomic at issue 12 were real? Rolo, at one point or another, you said it about every technology ever discussed in Hank Atomic. That's why I'm such a good predictor. That's true. It looks like each one of these has something written on them. Mining Operation Alpha. You guys have mines here? Not that I know of. This town is all farms and fertilizers. And a series of tubes. Pa always says you can only trust a miner up to the point when they hit gold. Not sure how that wisdom applies in this exact situation. That's the thing about Pa. You don't always realize what he means until it's too late. Okay. This suit has a broken mask. That's the one we hit. So have we found our mystery warehouse keeper? We've at least found their hazmat suit. If it walks like a Nancreed and talks like a Nancreed, that's not a jump to conclusions. Just saying. Perennial Harvest, main office. I wanna go there. That's where my mom works. What does she do? Science stuff. Is she involved in all of this? We just moved here. How could she be involved? True. Maybe. Valentine Fertilizer Warehouse. Isn't that where you almost got snatched? Yeah. Why would Perennial Harvest have a tube going to the old Valentine place? It's starting to feel like something big. That's a lot of buttons. Then the side earthlings. I've read enough Hank Atomic to know my way around sci-fi tech.
Rolo's hands hovered over the field of blinking buttons.
Of course he does. Eeny, meeny, miny. Although, what did he do? Nothing. I didn't even mow yet. What was that? Hide. Where? There's nothing but weird tubes down here. Just to get back. Aye, Nancreed. That's the one thing he always says. Shit. Yes. Shit. Awesome. You all need to come with me now. We aren't going anywhere with you. Not until we get some answers. Mr. Underground Secrets. I told them. It was an absurd password. I'm not adding that one, Koen. But they love anything that makes them feel clever. Devu. That's no matter. If I can keep you hidden until after the festival, I might be able to save your skins. We don't care about our skins. Hold on now. I like my skin. This all stops now, Nankreed.
Joseph waited for a moment in silence.
You sound just like him. Who? Walt. You don't get to talk about my dad. You know, your father and I were friends back before.
He gestured toward the strange tubes.
All of this. That's a lie. It's true. Uncle Joseph. Yeah. Okay. It's true. I used to bounce you on my knees. What happened? Same thing that always happens. In reality, complications, life. We were a team, Walt and I. An idealistic doctor and a bright-eyed pharmacist. Both hell-bent on helping folks. So you were his sidekick? No. We were partners. He helped the patients and I helped him. Yep, total sidekick.
Nuncreed let out a growl of a sigh.
Luca, I need you to know this. I need someone to know this. One day, Sharper Valentine comes to us. Says he's got an opportunity. He'd found something he didn't quite understand. And he was willing to pay us both handsomely to help him understand it. And my dad said no. Your father and I both believed in helping people. But the thing I could never get him to understand was, it's a lot easier to help others if you help yourself now and then. Classic sidekick into villain plotline. Walt loved being righteous, almost more than he loved his family. He was wrong about one thing though. When he begged me not to take Valentine's offer, he said, Joseph, if a person says yes one time to Sharper Valentine, he'll make sure they keep on saying yes to him until the day he's dead and gone.
He shook his head wistfully.
Sharper's long gone, but he still got me saying yes. Is there a point to this sub-story? Not really, no. Just an old man trying to delay what he needs to do.
Nuncreed took a menacing step towards the children.
I tried to keep you safe. I tried to keep you and Juniper out of this. I think he's gonna be saying something like guilt or something, and then we can go to his plotline. But you forced my hand.
Luca began to laugh.
What? You really don't know. My Gran isn't out of this. She's been scheming right under your nose. Juniper? Seems like she's planning on crashing the town's party. She's going to disrupt the festival? Why would she?
The color drained from Nuncreed's face.
How does she know? Apparently she knows a lot of things. What? Let's just say this isn't the only underground layer we've busted into today. And honestly, hers is way cooler. She's got maps and explosives and bad intentions, big man.
Nuncreed grabbed Luca by the shoulders. His eyes were frantic.
You need to tell me what she's going to do right now. She doesn't understand what she is messing with. Tell me now. She's in danger, boy. I don't know. She has a map with a mark on the fountain in town square. The fountain? Oh, why would...
A jolt of realization struck Mr. Nuncreed.
She knows about the source? What the heck is the source? If she tries to destroy the source, it could catalyze and... Dear God, she's going to freeze us all. We all need to run. Run where? Away. As far from this town as you can get. Head west and don't look back. This did not go how I expected. So... we're totally following him, right? Totally. See you on the other side. You good? Yep. I love this town. Okay.
Chapter 8. The Cold, Hard Truth.
This is a really good chapter.
Beck leapt up,
Like a
allowing
really
the
good
suction to
glimpse.
yank her into the dark. Dimness eclipsed around her like the shutter of a camera as she seemed to cover great distance in mere moments. Her only points of reference were glints of upcoming turns, which approached with frightening speed, only to carom her gracefully along. She heard the tinny, distant echoes of Rollo's glee. Once she stopped fighting against it, the ride was impossibly smooth. Then, all of a sudden, as if minutes had passed in an instant,
Oh, the manhole.
light blazed into view. A burst of wintry air snuffed across her face, and she was flung out into the cold.
Cool. Where Mr. Nuncreed though? That was intense. Yeah. I think I might have parted with some fluids in there. Any idea where we are? Somewhere cold. Doesn't look like it got any of us. It didn't feel like we traveled that far. So where did it all go? I just love how he's talking about his fluids. This place sucks. Why would anyone even want to blow something up out here? Only one way to find out, I suppose. We've gotta catch up to Nuncreed. I think he went this way. Where did his fluids go? Let's visit his grave. Hi, Dad. Hi. This looks familiar, yeah. Maybe we can clear off the snow. No time. Nuncreed's getting away. Fine. Okay. This is starting to feel really familiar. I may not be the most well-versed on all things Beacon Pines, but this does look like some sort of frozen replica of the town. I got it. It's so obvious now. Mr. Nuncreed is an alien. Oh no. Stick with me here. His species can only live in sub-zero temperatures. Oh boy, here we go. The source is their base camp dimension, so naturally they keep it cold. We found it by traveling through these metallic wormholes back there. The final objective? Kill us all and shapeshift into a Beacon Pine citizen of their choosing. You never really had me. But you very much lost me there. You get used to it. We should keep moving. Hello. fires. I didn't see these before.
As they rounded the corner to the frozen town square, they spotted Mr. Nuncreed inching cautiously toward a pit at its center.
It's already the time of the festival. It was evening, right?
He held his arms out gingerly, as if approaching a beast in the wild. Upon closing the distance, Luca recognized what Nuncreed was after. Gran stood confidently at the edge, one arm outstretched over the abyss. Nearby, a wheelbarrow had been emptied out. She held a lit torch, which flickered in the bitter wind.
Juniper, I don't know what you think you're doing, but I assure you, this is not going to solve anything. If you drop that, you've doomed this whole town. Oh, it wasn't me who doomed this town. I've been watching you, Joseph. I know what you've done. You and your co-conspirators. Gran? What's happening? Luca, you and your friends need to leave right this moment.
Mr. Nuncreed turned back toward the kids, desperation in his eyes.
Listen to your grandma, Luca. This is between me and Juniper.
Rollo and Beck held steadfast in awe. Luca approached closer. Mr. Nuncreed spun back toward Gran, his voice growing louder.
You've got it all wrong, Juniper. Just hand over that torch. You don't understand what you're doing. How could I possibly trust you to do the right thing? Walt told me everything. He trusted you, and you betrayed that trust. Luca, did you know that this man's entire life is a lie? If it weren't for him, your father might still be alive.
Mr. Nuncreed winced with anguish. His voice hardened.
That's not true.
They both now yelled, not to each other, but at fate itself, making their peace with long-held burdens. The wind howled with encouragement.
Walt was like a brother to me. We just had different ideas about how to affect change. Very convenient that your way just happened to line your pockets. Now that's not fair.
They menaced at each other, both catching their breath. The moment balanced on a knife's edge.
Are we getting a
blur
choice?
Of emotions and memories. Luca's mind flooded with questions.
I think we are.
The wind calmed, as if to give him the stage.
And in the stillness, he began to... I want to see him weeping. I think Hami's gonna get us further. But I want to see him weeping first.
And in the stillness, he began to weep.
Just let it all out.
It was all just too much. Falling to his knees, Luca whimpered softly. The tears crystallized as they hit the snow. Gran stared at Luca for a moment with warm sympathy, remembering why this was all necessary.
Yeah. This will all make sense soon, Luca. Then everything can go back to normal. I promise.
She stiffened up and brandished the torch at Mr. Nuncreed.
You can't hide behind those people any longer, Joseph. Once their precious source is destroyed, we'll see where their loyalties fall. Juniper, don't.
Ignoring his final plea, Gran flung the torch into the deep darkness.
We saw what happened with Iggy. Now what will happen when it's
She smiled
multiple
and
barrels
exhaled
for
in
explosions?
relief. Mr. Nuncreed moaned in resignation. The torch echoed as it ricocheted down the hole, punctuated with a thunderous thud.
You see, Joseph, I've learned one very important lesson in life. If you want things to change, then you must be willing
Before Gran
to...
could finish, the ground shook her to silence. Gran only had time to spin around and run to Luca. Her attempt to shield him, an honorable but trifling act. Unflinching love, pitted against an unthinking horror, there was no contest. Her warm embrace froze in an instant. That is where they remain, fixed in place, forever. And so, our story ends on this melancholy scene.
I like that I used that again.
In a town brought low by its secrets, sits the frozen statues of a misguided band of meddlers. The end.
She just wanted to avenge her son, I think. Like, it's not that she died, but maybe she faked her death? I don't know. Not too sure what happened there yet.
Well, that was dire.
Oh no. We're gonna do this one again without Mike. It will get better.
On the bright side, we finally figured out where all the ice is coming from.
We did that already though.
Now, we just need to find a way to deal with a mystic, unfathomable force of nature.
Oh. We fixed. Yeah. Yeah, I quite like the image here. The image is really cool. So what I really want still is we need a word for windows to the soul. Like, he's not a bad guy, I think. But we just need to escape him there. And hopefully, humming will do that.
And in the stillness, he began to hum.
And yeah, she's not bad, she's just... She didn't know the consequences.
After the death of his father, Luca had trouble sleeping. Each night, his mother would sit at the foot of his bed and hum a gentle melody. It was the only thing that could calm his mind. The only thing that, however briefly, could make it all seem okay. That melody pervaded every memory Luca had of his mother. Shivering in the raw snow, he began to hum it out loud. Gran lowered the torch, listening closely.
Humming like a maniac.
As recognition slowly set in, her heart sank. Those countless nights of consolation, the incomparable loss they shared together. She let the torch fall to the snow and sizzle out.
Okay.
A few steps toward Luca was all she could bear before dropping to the snow herself. Through a flood of tears, she began to hum along, note for note.
I like that. Also reminds me of Raccoon, with like the 5 people singing together. I don't know if I have to do anything. So we'll just listen a little bit. Sounds to be repeating, right?
Luca lifted his head in astonishment. The last time he heard that melody was the last night he saw his mother.
Or maybe it is the mother. Like, I think I said that before, but she would look younger, right? She would... Why would she act like the grandmother? How do you know? I'm so sorry, my little buckaroo. Buckaroo? The only 2 people who call me that are my dad and Your mother.
Luca blinked through blurry, watery eyes, trying to see more clearly.
But why?
He could just make out the impression of a familiar face.
Mother, why have you become a grandmother? I travel back in time.
He peered across the snowscape at the woman on her knees.
No.
Something about her was undeniably his mother.
But you wouldn't notice that. That she's not as old as a grandmother. That you've been living with her for like... Okay. Alright, dude. Interesting.
Only smaller, older, changed.
Okay, so she is older. Mom? That's right, Buckaroo. Mom.
Luca sprinted as fast as he could toward his mother. They held each other close, and the cold retreated from their bodies.
Eleanor? I thought you were... gone? You should have known I would never abandon my son.
Eleanor looked down at Luca, tightening her embrace in an appeal for forgiveness.
How? You're a smart man, Joseph. I thought you'd have pieced it together by now. Oh, right. But the goop... So she was exposed to the same goop that Beck was and that Iggy were. But that's weird. Because you saw how Iggy became, like, mutated. So why is she still fine, but just older? It's very odd. You were exposed. Mom, I don't understand any of this. What happened to you? Where did you go? Why did you leave me? I never left you. I was always right here, Luca. Why did you lie to me? It tore me up, Luca, but I did it to keep you safe. I thought that getting answers would help us both move on. But the more I discovered, the more I realized the danger we were in. Until perennial harvest was stopped, it was better if everyone thought I was gone. You could have trusted me. These are bad people, Luca. They won't stop until they get what they want. And they don't care who gets hurt in the process. Then what do? We have to stop them.
Joseph slumped into the cold, wet snow.
They can't be stopped. This is too big. I tried beating them at their own game. I'm done fighting fire with fire.
For the first time in a long time, her voice felt like her own again.
No more lies. I see now. There's a better way to stop perennial harvest. The cold hard truth.
Luca gazed down at Nuncreed with pity. He looked small. Joseph stared into the snow, as if searching it for answers.
Come on, everyone. We've got a party to crash. Joseph? He's gonna stick around. Okay. No more ice. You don't understand. He always wins.
Chapter 9.
If we kill everyone in the town and throw them in the hole, we might be able to fill it up. I mean, if we kill everyone in town, we could take over the bodies that we want and, like, just be a copy of them, like Rolo said.
The devil you know. 7 months ago, Eleanor Van Horn crept down the maze of sterile hallways under perennial harvest. She stopped in front of the large steel door marked Deep Engineering. No turning back now.
That's where the guy died.
She raised a trembling hand. The stolen keycard worked as promised, and the door buzzed open with mechanical efficiency. She was immediately hit with the smell of disinfectant. It was some sort of laboratory.
They hid it well that she was a mother. Like, I guessed it, but I was like, that doesn't make that much sense yet. So it's kind of a nice twist.
In one corner was a desk covered in papers. Across the room stood a tall metal pod with hoses protruding from its base. She rushed to the desk and began shifting through the piles of papers. They were experiment reports on something called Tempest Liquamen.
Okay, that's the goo, I think.
There were dozens of them. Every one stamped failed.
Oh, so maybe she got affected by a successful batch, and Iggy got hit with a failed batch, maybe.
Eleanor heard the sharp echo of footsteps approaching. She was out of time. Her eyes scanned the room, eventually landing on the strange pod. Muttering a curse under her breath, she dashed over and dove inside.
And this is now again. Yep, it is. And that is what change is all about. Grabbing the future by the scruff of the neck and making things happen. Change is a choice. I am tickled, Pink, that we will all be making that choice together. How great is that? This man is a liar. Excuse me. I will not. This town has a dangerous secret, and perennial harvest only exists to keep it hidden. Nonsense. They picked up the whole dang town and moved it right under our noses. You're telling it like that? Like, who's gonna believe her? Yeah, they moved the entire town. We're living in a replica. No one's gonna believe that. You would definitely believe her. The house you're living in? That's fake, dude. You aren't making any sense there.
Mr. Kerr addressed the crowd with a sarcastic tone.
Imagine such a thing. It's absurd and it's just plain impossible. They promised they could fix the foul harvest. They told us they would clean this place up. We just had to leave town for a few days. Well, they had us evacuated. Miss Hartford, I'm afraid I'm going to have to ask you to... You're afraid of a lot of things, aren't you? You sniveling little worm. This is growing tiresome. A little help, please. Don't you all see? This festival is a sham. An excuse to have the whole town gather in one place. They're planning something awful. I don't know what, but these people are wicked. Don't listen to her. She has absolutely no proof. I am the proof. I'm Eleanor Fanhorn.
Whispers filtered through the crowd.
Well, aren't you just sneaky as the Dickens? We all knew Valentine's fertilizer was too good to be true. And now this whole town is paying the price. Ladies and gentlemen, I am so sorry about this disruption. My associates will take this obviously disturbed woman somewhere comfortable, so that she can get help that she needs. Mr. Nuncreed, she's not the only one who's disturbed. You two-timing clown. Okay, I'm glad he helps. You all know there's something wrong with this town. It was just easier to look the other way. The truth is... That's quite enough, Mr. Nuncreed.
Torment dragged on Joseph Nuncreed's face.
The kid was... They were forced to take care of the kid. Oh god. He's the villain? He was the true mastermind all along. You're kidding me. Yes, sir. Take them away. No, I want them to see this. The ever tempestuous Eleanor Fenhorn. You've been quite a thorn in my side. Like a V that's burrowed in where it doesn't belong. I must confess, you look dreadful.
He paused for a moment, plucking a piece of fuzz from his sweater and discarding it to the ground.
Consider yourself in rare company. What if this is the guy that died 6 years ago? That died 6 years ago. It won't happen again. Sharper, yeah. I knew you had some sort of plan to disrupt our little party. But alas, I expected something a bit more impressive than incoherent rambling. No matter. Your failures are yours to bear. Mr. Kerr? Yes, sir. It's a shame it was cut short, but thank you for that rousing oratory. I will take it from here. Yes, sir, of course, sir. You have done quality work for me, William. You can look forward to the recompense we agreed upon.
Kerr gave a bow of deference.
Founder. You're most gracious.
Gasps rippled through the crowd.
Okay. Thankfully, we can dispense with the formalities from here on out.
Solomon pulled a glass vial from his pocket. In one smooth motion, he downed its contents. A triumphant smile grew across Solomon's lips.
So the father of Luca died for nothing. You can all call me Sharper
His body
Valentine.
and face began to contort and expand
Cool.
as he disappeared into a belching green mist. A hushed horror gripped the crowd. This is a story about change.
I like how the daughter isn't surprised or anything. What? No. So you didn't see that coming. Good.
Sharper examined his new hands.
Well, this is quite the improvement. Everything looks so much smaller now. Eleanor was right about one thing. This festival was a ruse. I wanted you all to witness my glorious return with your own eyes. Why does everyone look so downtrodden? This is a celebration, people. Maybe it would help if we set a mood. Mr. Kerr, be a dare and reveal the sign. Sharper Valentine. Ha! Wonderful.
Sharper choked out a crude squawk of a laugh. Frustrated grumbles sprinkled through the crowd.
Sharper, you malicious bastard. That's for the eyes. I'm glad you're back, so I can tell you to your face. You destroyed this town. We ain't gonna let you get away with it again. Sorry. This is not a time for audience participation. No assistance, Mr. Kerr.
William Kerr gave a subtle nod to the clipboards.
You coward. Does anyone else have something to contribute?
A helpless quiet settled over the crowd.
I thought so. Did you all really believe you could be free of me? A town of complete and utter fools. You people should be celebrating my return. You're clearly lost without me. And that leads me nicely to my children. Daddy? I gave you both the greatest gift a parent can give. The opportunity to prove yourself in my absence. Squandered. To say I am disappointed would be an understatement. But silence, Augustus. An adult is speaking. I don't know which is worse. A son who is completely hopeless? Or a daughter with such potential who inevitably lets me down? Iris, you fill me with admirable consistency. Thankfully, I was counting on it this time. Father, I've been wasting my time there. What have you accomplished? I was focusing on cementing your legacy. Legacy. Who needs a legacy when you can live forever? But what about... It's alright, kiddo. I'm afraid you suffer from a complete lack of imagination. There's just no helping it. Now then, where's Joseph? You didn't take the opportunity to slip off, did you? Oh, there he is. Everyone should give him a hand. None of this would have been possible without Joseph. I think you've said enough. Nonsense. The people deserve to know how helpful and loyal you've been. I only did what I did because he left me no choice. He always had a choice, Joseph. You were simply too weak to take it. No matter. Cheer up. You're about to be rich beyond your wildest dreams. You should follow Mr. Kerr's example. When I found him, he was in a sorrier state than any of you. An aging actor, desperate to recapture his youth. He played his part, and soon he'll be able to play the leading man again. Forever, in fact, if he remains loyal. That goes for all of you. Well, those who haven't already frittered away my goodwill. Beacon Pines is mine again, and I am willing to share its spoils in exchange for absolute loyalty. Are you saying William Kerr was never in charge of perennial harvest? Ha! You think that puffed up leverskite could have accomplished all of this? Done. I suppose it's time for your big
Sharper
exclusive.
addressed the crowd with indignant pride.
He has different clothes now. That's true. That's kind of weird. I guess that's super juice for you.
He'd planned this moment for so long that now, at the deed's fruition, it almost felt frivolous.
You see, I needed a figurehead to hold things down while I orchestrated my return. Someone to misdirect, lie, and bilk this down for a spell. So I invented William Kerr. Take your bow, you've earned it.
Mr. Kerr flourished a preposterously elaborate bow.
Patrick C. Montague. Thespian extraordinaire at your service. It's Patrick. Okay. Founder, I just want to thank you again for this opportunity. It was truly the role of my lifetime. Wait, so this Bill Kerr was a pet C the whole time? Now that your secret is out in the open, what's to stop the town from rising up against you? Oh, that's the delicious part. Fear. Thanks to our clipboards, I know what each and every person in this town fears most. And I will make those fears manifest for anyone who steps out of line. The choice is simple. I am not afraid of you. Ha, the young hero. I've kept a keen eye on you, boy. You and your friends made a habit of disrupting my plans. What a pity. If things would have gone a bit differently, you might have had your moment of triumph. Well, that's fate for you. You can't do this. Oh, but I can. I have won. Never underestimate what a great man can do given time. It's going on for longer than I expected. And now time is my plaything. Perhaps the most expensive thing I've ever bought. Wat wel perfect. Ha.
Sharper coughed up one final laugh and cracked his knuckles.
Enough chit-chat. Let's get to work, shall we? I think that's the end of this one.
And so, Sharper set about remaking the town in his own image. The fertilizer factory soon reopened for business. Sales rose steadily as more and more farmers across the countryside began to swear by its miraculous properties. Beacon Pines became famous, a secretive town that, for the right price, shared its gifts with all. Gifts that became more and more necessary in a world where winters grew longer and longer.
Okay.
The end. This is wrong, but things are becoming clearer now.
I think we're nearing
You
the
can
end.
feel it, right? We can't let Sharper win. He might just be the key to this whole thing. Let's see.
Okay, I like the fire and ice one. That was cool. I think... yeah. Malice. There was a malice.
There was a malice lurking behind those eyes, like a trap ready to spring. Luca felt the weight of Nuncrete's hand on his shoulder. Something wasn't right. He didn't know why, but something was telling Luca to get out of there.
I just want this all to be over. Of course. I'm sure it will all work out soon enough. I should get going. I told Roxy I had to check for Rolo at the
Luca
treehouse.
twisted free of Nuncrete's grasp.
Of course. Luca, you know your dad and I were good friends back in the day. You can come to me with anything. Anything at all. I wish, dude. It's a shame. He could have been good. Okay. What do we have to do? Okay. He goes to the treehouse. Oh. They're sharper. I wanna... It's over here. So this is with Beck's hair going messy. Okay, yep, I remember where we are. Okay. These festival decorations are a bit humdrum. Now if I were to throw a festival, it would be a thing to behold. I agree. This is more than a little sad. It's worse than sad. It's boring. What if you did a little something to spice things up? I'm listening. You know that festival sign waiting to be unfilled? It would be a shame if someone...
scurried off, eagerly formulating a plan.
Uh-huh. Okay. Treehouse it is. Identify yourself, please. Nelly Moodville. I work here now. I am unable to locate you in our staff hall. I don't officially start until tomorrow. Mr. Kerr said that I could come in early tonight to get a few things done. Hold, please. Clearance afgereisd. Thank you. Our harvest awaits. Whoa. You could get a wrench to the noggin speaking on a guy like that. Don't scare a man while he's junking, Sonny. Evening, Jeff. It's kinda late to be junking. I might as well ask the same thing of you. Find anything good? Bah, ever since Perennial Harvest moved in, even the junk is trash. You can learn a lot about a person by looking at what they throw away. With this bunch, it's all shredded paper cups and coffee cups. Well, I better get going. I didn't see nothing. If you didn't see nothing. See what? Exactly. Okay. Okay. Let's see, one more time. Maybe we have something? I don't think so, though. I think we're full. Yep.
Luca Jen first.
Hello?
He aired a long holler into the woods.
Hello. Hello, wherever you are. I hope you're okay.
Luca felt his eyes getting heavy and plopped into the beanbag.
Oh, right. Rolo is kidnapped in this one.
He conceded to its lumpy embrace.
Okay.
Once again, Luca found himself in a vast black expanse.
Another dream. I think this is gonna be the last dream that we
This
have.
time, he knew exactly where to go. He took a single confident step forward. The world flickered and pulsed. He found himself standing in front of the frigid air of a blazing campfire, the source. He plopped down cross-legged and gazed into the cold flame, waiting. Soon enough, the fire began to die out, popping sporadically, until all that was left was a single ember. Lucas stood up and dusted himself off. He plucked the glowing ember from the cold ash, examined it, and slid it into his pocket.
Is this gonna be another memory of his family?
A keepsake. The voice of his
Hi, Mr.
father
Duffy.
spoke behind him.
We're finishing Beacon Pines.
You made me proud, Buckaroo. Luca turned to face him.
If you haven't... yeah, you haven't played it yet. Milk is pining hard. No, that's in the second game. But yeah, since you haven't seen most of this, David, I recommend you play it yourself. It's really, really good. It's giving me Raccoon vibes too. So, yeah, I recommend it.
Dad, what is this place?
What a house Valorant, Mr. David?
A warm grin grew across his father's face. A place where everything that has been and everything that could be all wait together.
Okay.
Luca found himself staring at his father's face, trying as hard as he could to memorize every single detail. Wait? For what? Another voice spoke out as Luca's doppelganger stepped forward.
Oh, there he is again.
That's up to you. Without knowing why, Luca began to weep. Is any of this real? Are you real? Luca's father bent down to smudge away a tear. Of course. I'm as real as the part of you that misses me. Luca turned to look at the older version of himself. And you? The doppelganger choked back tears. I'm as real as the part of you that's angry he's gone. Does that make sense? Through his tears, Luca laughed. I think so.
Die friends are really fun. Pogo, mister. Heck yeah.
His father pulled him in for an embrace. Time to go, Buckaroo. Luca was startled from his dream by a banging on the floor.
Or maybe it's back. Are you
A
in there?
commanding voice rumbled from below. Just as Luca sprang to lock the entry hatch, the door knocked open.
No, Rolo is kidnapped. I gotta remember that.
Chapter 5.
It's back. They jump scare us just for it to be back.
Dangers big and small. Luca stumbled back. He heard the rope ladder creak under significant weight. Keeping his eyes fixed on the hatch, he inched backward to the balcony. As his hand grasped the door handle, Luca froze. A large figure clumsily wriggled up through the hole.
I don't want it to be back. No, mister, I'm not. I saw the visuals. Stop right there. Well, jeez, I know it's dark and all, but I figured you'd recognize me. Why is he so big? Who
The
are you?
large figure cocked its head inquisitively.
Come over, bro. You drinking, mister? You go out with friends? Okay. Yeah, but how did he escape the coop then? And why did it make Iggy mutate like that? Black hair kinda weird. In bed, but let's go out. Nah, dude, not yet, not yet. I'll clobber you with a baseball bat. Whoa, take it easy. Luca, you need to get out. You need to get your eyes checked. It's me, Rolo. Nice try, but I know you aren't Rolo. You're like one of his random uncles or something. Where is he? Ha! Uncle? Luca, quit messing around. It's me. If it really is you. Flaming chicken coop, Luca.
Luca's jaw dropped.
I love how we now know the context of the chicken coop.
He peered more closely at the man standing in front of him. Something about him was undeniably Rolo. Only bigger, older, changed.
How? What happened to you? When I was running away, I ran into more people in those yellow suits. They grabbed me and dragged me away. What? Where did they take you? Don't know. They threw a bag over my head. It was cold and smelled like a swimming pool. I think it was an underground lab or something. They threw me in the goop. Okay. They made my hands all big. Look.
Rolo proudly presented his hands to Luca.
Those are some big hands, Rolo. Pretty sweet, right? I mean, it wouldn't be my first pick for a superpower. But beggars can't be choosers. Although it wasn't just your hands. My feet too? Oh my, he has big feet, dude. But just made me new shoes. Wait, Luca, why are you so small?
Luca moved to the side and pointed Rolo to his reflection in the balcony window.
What
His
the?
hands shot up to his face.
Holy Toledo. Oh, well, what did they do to you? They made me drink some sort of green crud. Ooh. Actually, it wasn't too bad. It kind of tasted like licorice. Huh. Okay. I guess. I passed out and woke up like this. And then I sorta smashed open my cage and escaped. Handy. Whoa, you smashed open your cage? Kinda. So when they said Rolo is safe, they lost him. Okay. At least I think I did. It's all a bit of a blur. They had you in a cage. Who are these people? I don't know who did this to you, but we're gonna fix it. Fix it. This is awesome. Well, I'm just glad you're safe now. Luca, you don't need to worry about me. Hi, Vader. The Vader's second account. What happened to your first account, Vader? Can't you just be called Vader 419? Because I'm going to bed soon. That's fair. I'll be doing Ludum, I think, tomorrow and in the weekend. So if you want to hop on, then that would be cool. Fair enough. Sure, I got snatched, but look at it this way. I got snatched. I know where snatched people go. Okay. You may finally have a lead on what happened to your family. Kinda. Yeah, I guess. Maybe you're right, but this all seems dangerous. Danger, ha.
Rollo shadowboxed a few jabs.
I'll take them all on. Hi, Beck. Hey, fellas, what's up?
With a yelp, Rollo dove behind Luca.
Ah, take cover. Did I come at a bad time? Who the heck are you? This is Beck. Sorry, something truly bizarre just happened and I need help. I don't know where else to go. So you're just hanging out here with your large adult friend? No, this is my buddy Rollo. This is your missing friend. One and the same. He seems a little old. I'll have you know, this is a recent development. What the heck does that mean? Oh, I'm sorry, you're the one who just showed up out of nowhere. So we'll be asking the questions here. That's fair. So how did you find us? Your silly little treehouse? I think you mean our silly little mission control. Dat was a ludum there for a second. No. If this was made in a weekend, holy dang. That would have been good. David's busy in the summer and now uni time soon. Yeah, you're starting in 2 weeks, right, David? But that's just your first week, so that's gonna be easy. I hate to break it to you, but your secret path isn't so secret. And I could hear your racket from a mile away. See, Luca? This is why we need to improve security around here. Not now, Rollo. Becky said something bizarre happened.
She shot a nervous glance at Rollo.
Anything you can say around me, you can say around Rollo. This has been a weird day. All around, hasn't it? Yep.
Beck's eyes narrowed.
Okay. So it all started when I made it back home. My first order of business was to try to salvage my hair. So I dyed it with some stuff from the chemistry set my mom gave me. Sure. Bye, Ace Vader. Okay. Just need to play it cool. And hope no one notices. Notices what? Nothing. I was just... Come over here and let me have a look. Oh, honey, what in the world did you do to your hair? I just kind of felt like a change. This is going to take forever to grow out. You were the one who said that change was a good thing, right? I was talking about your mother's new job. I was talking about us moving. Well, I guess I just took your lesson too hard.
Ilona tried to put on a smile.
Before I forget, I came up here to tell you that Nellie had to go back into work. Tonight, her and Mr. Kerr decided it would be good for her to get some things done before tomorrow. That Kerr guy seemed like a grade A creep. Back. He is. Him and his weird cult of personality. You're not going to ruin this job for Nellie. It means too much to her. By the way, Mr. David, have you played Overwatch 2 now? Or did you not get through the queue? Oh, I know exactly how much it means to her. It means enough to her to exile her daughter to this podunk town. This place sucks. The people are weird. You just don't know any of them yet. It's always cold. We're in the mountains, you'll get used to it. I can't even pick up a single decent station on the radio. It's all banjo music and farm reports. You know, I grew up in a town not that different from this one. It's why you're better at talking to plants and people. Okay, so here's what we're gonna do. First of all, you're grounded. What? In the morning, I'll have Nanny come and see what we can do about fixing your hair. You need to look presentable for the festival. Not another beat.
She sighed, and after a moment, looked down at Beck sympathetically.
I know moving is hard, honey. But it doesn't mean you have to make yourself miserable all the time. Other people seem to have that covered for me. Oh, and if you decide to rebel by dyeing your hair more...
She flashed a sly grin and tousled Beck's hair.
I'll have to shave it off for you. Think of how rebellious you look then. Very funny. Good night, sweetie. Night, Mom. First of all, this town does not suck. Secondly, you need help because you got grounded? No. I'm sorry you got in trouble. It's my fault your hair got screwed up in the first place. Don't worry about it. I actually kind of like this look. Okay, now can we go back to the story? The next part is the important bit. I have this radio I upgraded with my mom, and I was too angry to sleep. So I tried to dial in something worth listening to. The password? Mr. Kerr, are you there? Mr. Kerr? Yes, I'm busy. What is it? Apologies, I have the founder on the line. Patch him through immediately. One moment. Hello, sir. It's so nice to hear from you. Skip the pleasantries. What's your report on our new lead research of deep engineering? Natalie Moodville seems to be integrating nicely. At this very moment, she's working to help us meet our deadline. She offered to work overtime, before I even had a chance to suggest it. Excellent. And you have faith that she's capable of finishing the work left by her predecessor. Her work must be complete before the festival. I will make sure she stays day and night until it's accomplished. Good. You know how I feel about loose ends. Yes, sir. Once she has finished the work, we need to make a determination regarding her long-term prospects in the company. Immediately, sir. I usually have more time to fully bring people into the fold. We are in the endgame, Bill. After your failures with Dr. Prescott, I can't afford to take any risks. Of course, sir. No loose ends, sir. Once she finishes the work, she will either leave the office completely committed to perennial harvest, or she won't leave at all. That's great for the kid to hear. Perfect. Sir, if I may suggest, maybe we should delay, just for a bit. Oh? It's just we seem to be rushing to hit this festival deadline. And rushing into things has caused some issues in the past. I see. Please understand that I just want what's best for you. I'm eternally grateful for all that you've done for me. Bill, I'll make this very clear for you. I brought you in to make things run smoothly, not to have opinions. Of course, sir. Chin up, Bill. You're only a few days away from having everything you've ever dreamed of. Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. Just so we're clear, when they saw loose ends, they were talking about murder, right? Like actually killing someone? Capital murder.
Luca gave Rollo a quick elbow to the ribs.
Who is this founder? I was hoping you guys would know. Now, as far as we know, Kerr is the top banana at Perennial Harvest. He sounded scared of this founder guy. She heard his voice though. So if we get to Solomon... Oh, okay. What the hell is my mom caught up in? Has she talked about the job much? Not really. The toppest of the bananas, exactly. She said she was going to come in and continue to work of someone she respected. Yeah, okay. Nico, do you think the body at the warehouse was the person Beck's mom came to replace? That would make sense. Beck, it seems like Nellie's predecessor got loose-ended. I'm getting that impression. Okay, so we need to get your mom out of there before that festival happens. That's 2 days away. Won't you just come home after work? We're gonna go. You didn't even answer my question yet, Mr. David. Sniff. The creep on the radio said they were going to hold her here until then. So if she's not coming out, we gotta go in and get her.
Beck flicked a large sheet of paper out of her pocket and slammed it on the floor.
Alright. Good night, Mr. David. Maybe this will help. You have blueprints? Well, it's really just a welcome map for my mom's PH orientation day. But it shows a layout. Sure looks like blueprints to me. Look there. Here's the reception area. There's a big room marked Founder's Office. I had to reload phone 5 times. I see. How Overwatch 2 was? Because I know you were in the queue, right? So, did you get through the queue correctly? How was the game? But if you want to go, you can tell me tomorrow too. It is late. Dude. There's a big room marked Founder's Office. It even has the exits marked. Guys. We have a deadline. We have an objective. We have blueprints. You realize what this is, right?
Rollo started to wiggle with excitement.
I think we're heisting. This is officially a heist.
Chapter 6.
I don't know if you heard my question, but it was if you liked Overwatch 2 and that you don't have to answer me tonight.
The heist.
The heist.
They spent the night's end huddled around that small map, formulating a plan to infiltrate the headquarters of Perennial Harvest.
2 a.m. though, Koen. What the heck? I'm guessing there's gonna be more to the tree too. We'll see.
It would be no small feat. A modern facility equipped with all manner of technology. Not to mention the swarm of clipboards that would most certainly be scattered throughout. By the time the sun began to peek through the car window used as a makeshift balcony door, all were in agreement.
Yeah, played a bit at noon, and then played a bit at like 5. Got up for a bit and then I had to queue for 2k people to go through. So reset a queue and new. Oh, that's cool, dude. Yikes. But you did get to play at noon. Okay. We'll have to play sometime next week. Or sometime this weekend. Is it any different? Or is it just literally plain Overwatch? Because I kind of get an impression that it's just plain Overwatch. Yeah, okay.
This could just work. The final day before the festival would be used to prepare. They'd need to pool every resource at their disposal, pull every favor with a thread, even enlist some unsavory characters around town with important tasks only they were suited for. Luckily, there was enough ill will and mistrust toward Perennial Harvest that alliances could be found at a bargain.
Nice, that's epic.
Luca, Beck, and Rollo rubbed their eyes as they exited the treehouse.
Sure.
They hadn't slept at all that night. There was no time. The festival was to begin in 1 day, and they each had their assignments.
I feel like it's different damage-wise. Like I had a feeling headshots are so strong and body shots are shit. Oh no. But maybe I just don't remember Overwatch 1. Apparently we don't get Kiriko if you had Overwatch 1, but there's a glitch at the moment so I could have played her. Orisa's overpowered. She's way different. Okay. Is Junkrat still there? Junkie boy? Alright, quick check. Rollo, you're gonna talk to Roxy. Cordially. What is Roxy gonna think? Like, he's the same size as her now. Hey small sister. Without her and fits, this whole thing could go bust. Me? Cordial is my middle name. Junk same, not many characters changed. Okay. Cool. Uh-huh. And how do you plan to explain your new...
He waved vaguely at Rollo's sizable figure.
Circumstance. Bah, she'll be so happy I'm alive. She won't even notice. Uh-huh. Alright. Anyways, Sir David. Talk soon. Alright, you're not going yet. We have Kiriko. I don't know who that is. Younger Queen. New hero. Not a Sarya skin. Oh, okay. And Sojourn. Okay, good night. Good night, good night, good night.
Beck snorted an involuntary giggle.
And Beck, you're sure Ilona won't just shoot this whole thing down when she hears it? She'll listen. Once she understands the danger Nelly is in. The danger we're all in. The plan will make sense. Okay. Okay, so they're actually getting people on board. I wonder if we're getting Gren on board. I hope so. We'll see. There's me with Jeff, then Iggy. Okay, cool. I'm down with Iggy. How are you gonna persuade them? I'll think of something.
They each looked at each other with sleepy confidence and nodded.
I'm gonna keep calling her Gren though. But I don't think they know anything about Gren at the moment. As far as I'm aware. Yeah, this timeline they have no clue about Gren. So I kinda hoped they would get her in this too and she could like share a little bit. Yeah, exactly. Well, Godspeed. And this is the help of Jeff. This is the help of Iggy and Tish. Yep. Fine. We'll finish this. Trying to think about the time I have. Can I finish this? Hey, Dad.
Luca checked first.
I think it's full. It looks full. I think we're so close to the end. That's why I want to finish it. Okay. This guy doesn't... Well, I think it's like half an hour max. Look at that tree. The tree looks dope, so looks dope though. Yeah, we'll leave it here. We'll leave it here for now. I think we're getting quite far. We get quite the list of like batches. I think we're missing one. You see that? I think we're missing one. I think there's also gonna be one more decision, but I don't know about that. Like this could be the last one. There could be one more. We haven't used Mech yet. Incendiary hasn't been used either. I don't know about Succulent. I think that one hasn't been used either, but I don't see that working with Mech. And Indulgent. Succulent and Indulgent will be something together, maybe. Maybe. I think a DLC for this would be really cool. Just any new content. Okay. Yeah, we're gonna leave it at this for now. I might stream a little bit more at the end of school tomorrow. And then we'll go on to Ludum Dare games. I think that would be good. Kinda do wanna know what happens after the Luca saving the world ending. Yeah, I know, right? It's a shame that didn't go next. So it would be cool if that would maybe be a DLC or something like that. We'll see. For now, good night.